English conversation about travel.
Hey, have you traveled much?
Yeah, I've been to a few places. How about you?
I've been to a few countries, but I'd love to travel more.
Me too. Where have you been?
Well, I've been to France, Italy, and Spain.
Those are all great places to visit. What did you think of them?
I loved them all, but I think my favorite was Italy. The food was amazing and the people were so friendly.
Yeah, Italy is great. I went to Rome a few years ago, and it was amazing to see all the ancient ruins.
That sounds awesome. I'd love to go to Rome someday.
You should definitely go. What other places are on your travel bucket list?
I really want to go to Japan. The culture and the food just seems so fascinating.
Japan is definitely on my list too. I'd love to see Tokyo and visit some of the temples.
Yeah, Tokyo seems like such a vibrant city. Have you been to any other places in Asia?
I went to Thailand a few years ago and it was amazing. The beaches were beautiful and the food was so good.
That sounds incredible. I've always wanted to go to Thailand. Did you go to any other countries in Southeast Asia?
Yeah, I went to Cambodia and Vietnam as well. Both were really interesting to visit, especially because of their rich history.
That's so cool. I'd love to visit some of the ancient temples in Cambodia.
It was definitely worth seeing. But there are so many other places to see in the world. Have you thought about traveling to Africa?
Actually, I have. I really want to go on a safari and see some of the amazing wildlife.
That would be incredible. I went to South Africa a few years ago, and it was amazing to see all the animals up close.
South Africa sounds like such an interesting place to visit. Did you go to Cape Town?
Yeah, I did. It's a beautiful city with lots to do. But the safari was definitely the highlight of the trip.
I can imagine. So many amazing animals to see.
Absolutely. And there are so many other places to visit in Africa as well. Egypt, for example, has some incredible ancient ruins.
I've always wanted to see the pyramids. That would be such an amazing experience.
Definitely. And there are also some amazing cities in North Africa, like Marrakesh in Morocco.
Oh, I've heard such great things about Marrakesh. It seems like a really unique and vibrant city.
It definitely is. And there are so many other places to visit around the world too. Have you thought about traveling to South America?
Yes, actually. I've always wanted to see Machu Picchu in Peru. It just seems like such an amazing place.
Peru is definitely a great place to visit. And there are so many other amazing countries in South America too. Brazil, for example, has some incredible beaches and amazing food.
Brazil sounds amazing. I've always wanted to try some authentic Brazilian food.
It's always been a dream of mine to visit Japan. I've heard so many great things about the culture, the food, and the scenery.
Japan is definitely on my bucket list too. Have you started planning your trip?
Not yet, but I've been doing some research online. There are so many things I want to see and do. It's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I always feel like I need more time when I travel. What places are you interested in visiting in Japan?
Well, I definitely want to see Tokyo and Kyoto. I've heard they're both amazing cities with lots to see and do. And I want to try some authentic Japanese cuisine, like sushi and ramen.
Those are great choices. I've been to Tokyo before, and I have to say, it's one of the most incredible cities I've ever been to. The food is amazing, and there's just so much to see and do. Have you looked into any specific activities or sites you want to visit?
I've heard about the cherry blossom season in Japan, and I would love to see that. And I also want to visit some of the temples and shrines in Kyoto. I've heard they're incredibly beautiful.
Oh yes, the cherry blossom season is definitely a must-see. It's one of the most beautiful natural sights in the world. And Kyoto is full of history and culture. The Fushimi Inari Shrine is a must-see if you go to Kyoto.
That sounds amazing. I definitely want to visit that shrine. Have you ever tried staying in a traditional Japanese ryokan?
Yes, I have. It was a really unique experience. Ryokans are traditional Japanese inns, and they usually have tatami mat floors, futon beds, and communal hot springs called onsens. It's a great way to experience Japanese culture and hospitality.
That sounds like something I definitely want to try. Did you have any other recommendations for places to stay?
Well, if you're looking for something more modern, there are plenty of great hotels in Tokyo and Kyoto. And if you're on a budget, there are also plenty of hostels and goose houses that are very affordable.
Thanks for the tips. I'll definitely keep those in mind when I start planning my trip. How long did you stay in Japan for?
I was there for about 2 weeks, but I definitely could have stayed longer. There's just so much to see and do, and the people are so friendly and welcoming.
I can't wait to visit. It sounds like an incredible experience.
It really is. Just make sure to bring comfortable shoes, because you'll be doing a lot of walking. And don't forget to try the green tea ice cream, it's amazing.